When it's a good day, be happy, because a bad day will come. When it's a bad day, be happy, because a good day will come. I often look back at memories with fond recollection. I wonder, how have I ended up here? Can I just go back? If I really consider the past beyond the rosy retrospection of my tinted glasses, I notice that in the moments that compose those memories, I often wish I was somewhere else. The love that I so desperately miss wasn't all that great in the moment. Those beautiful views came at the cost of bitter weather and a poor night's sleep. The lead up to a once-in-a-lifetime event or opportunity doesn't come without difficult moments, frustration and self-doubt as you go through the process. Bathing in wild waters may seem refreshing and enjoyable from your living room, but in the moment it's quite horrendous. It's easy to find yourself looking for that job that you once had but hated in the moment when your finances are not looking very hot. Maybe you started a new business venture, or maybe you've hit the road for some vagabonding and all of a sudden you've realized that the finances that came from that job are no longer here and things haven't quite panned out the way that you thought. And so rather than embracing what's here right now, you look back and think, oh, if only I had that, I'd be happy. There's always a trade-off to be made, because when you're rejecting one choice, you're simultaneously choosing another one, and vice versa. We want the cake to remain intact in all of its glory. However, if we wish to take a bite, we must cut a slice. It's quite the paradox, really, because wanting something leads to wanting more things. For once we get the thing that we wanted, we just want something else, because it's not really the thing that we want, but rather it's how we think we will feel when we have that thing. I may want the love of my life, then I may get that love, but I might find myself feeling the same, because it turned out what I was looking for wasn't quite the love of my life, but how I thought I would feel in the presence of the love of my life. And so if I take that same version of me that wants into that new scenario, then I find myself still wanting despite the presence of that thing that I thought I wanted. Many have found the love of their life only for that love to fall apart, the feeling projected onto someone or something new instead, and so the pursuit continues. And as we carry ourselves to that next destination, we find ourselves more or less unchanged. We are hungry ghosts, unable to be satiated. You don't know what you got until it's gone is cheesy, but it's true, and most of us grasp this concept yet fail to actually recognize when it's playing out in our lives, wishing for elements of the past that we never really appreciated at the time to be back here with us. The irony is that our very longing for something that no longer is setting us up for that same fate in the future. Things are often romanticized in the past because we're not there with our senses anymore, only our mind. And so we project the parts of us that we've externalized onto our memories, deluding ourselves into thinking that if we were back then, we'd be different. No doubt there's instances in life where we can say we were happier than others. I'm not saying life hasn't got its ups and downs, of course it does. In many instances though, that which we think so fondly of now is only considered in such a grandiose light because it came to an end in the first place. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. I've witnessed that firsthand. My appreciation for a location, experience, or person goes through the roof when I have less of it in my life. You see, sustained well-being comes from authentic connections, but our capacity to connect authentically is limited, in the sense that we need rest, we need space, we need time to recuperate, and the honeymoon phase cannot live forever. The idea of hitting the road and traveling is very exciting, and in doing so, I found myself in situations of chaos and distress, but excitement at the same time. And I found myself saying to a friend at the time, I just wish I could be living in one place with a simple job in a cafe as a barista. That's all I want right now. And conversely, having such an experience of being settled and having a simple schedule to adhere to can leave one feeling trapped and then seeking that same thing that they ran away from in the first place. The sense of adventure is now calling, because this grounded nature, it's not satiating me now either. The good times that we seek aren't somewhere else. They are where you are. But here's the secret. They're not here to stay, ever. So if they leave, that's not a bad thing, and it's not a sign that you're doing something wrong. It's just a sign that you're human and the human experience is happening in and around you. This is all just a part of the journey that you embarked upon when you popped into this beautiful planet, my friend. Our very effort to pursue good times is the same thing that takes us away from the ability to perceive a good time in this moment. And maybe there are no good times in this moment. That's okay too, and that's natural. If that's the case, just hunker down and chill, take a nap. We make hay while the sun shines so that we have hay for when it is raining. At some point we forgot the meaning of all of these isms that we hear from day to day, but they stand true for us despite all of our technology and progressive way of living. We're still fundamentally the same that we've always been. Here's a more timeless example. Some days the ocean is flat, there's no waves. Other days there's a lot of waves. Some days the waves are just perfect and you can actually ride the waves with a board of some description, or maybe just body surf them. But even when you catch the wave as it breaks, you only have a little time before the energy of that wave is dispersed to the point where you can no longer surf it. When you arrive back to the shore after the wave bringing you in, you have to go back out to find more waves, because it's all about timing. It's all about aligning, and you can't be on a perpetual wave. It doesn't work like that because the energy needs to build again. You can't surf a wave all of the time, because if you could, there would be no wave to surf. Life, similarly, was not designed to be good all of the time. If it went on like that forever, it just wouldn't hold the same meaning, would it? I just spent 6 weeks participating in a dance show with a bunch of random people that I'd ever met. And throughout the whole process, it kept coming up in conversation, oh no, this is going to end, and I'm going to be so sad because we'll have to, resume normal life without dancing. And the irony is that that whole experience would have been nothing if it weren't for the fact that it was going to end. It was good because it ended. It's when we look back at the things that we've done that we actually can really see it with that perspective and recognize the impact that it's truly had in the grand scheme of our lives and the lives of those around us. So similar to the wave, if it went on forever, we wouldn't be saying, oh, that was a great experience, because there'd be no contrast or context for that moment to shine and to stand out against. If we had nothing to gain in the first place, then you have nothing to lose in the end. Emotions exist on a spectrum. You can't have happiness without sadness. You can't have anger without pleasure. But they can take each other's place, and that's exactly what they're doing when our heart breaks. It's simply an opportunity for change, for growth. And then it repairs, but without an ending, there is no beginning. So things always have to come and go. The thing that you missed the most, it was good because it ended. Your heart breaking just means that it was worth it. And if it went on forever, it would just stagnate and come to a standstill, and that'd be no fun for anybody. And with the evolution of the world around us, so too do we shift our state of being. I hope you enjoyed this video today. Thanks so much for being here. If you feel like it, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, tell me what you thought of the video. I have meditations in the description that you can check out. I made the meditation music myself, and I also did the meditation voiceover. So if you like my voice, you might like those meditations. There's links to other stuff down there too, so just check it all out. Thanks for being here, and see you soon.